Together we can. Me, you, and COMET-II. Love, Community Empowerment and Transformation Project Phase 2. Together we can make a difference, me and you and COMET-II. Community empowerment and transformation takes me and you and you.
This is USAID COMET-II Community Focus.
Today we're in Barrett Town, visiting the police station. We hear from two officers their impressions of young people in the community. Then two Barrett Town Police Youth Club members tell us about a recent desktop publishing workshop. But first, how can skills training better equip young people? Skills training outside of the formal education system is something that is not only useful in getting young persons employed, but also to prepare them to start their own businesses. Walsh Johnson, president of the Barrett Town Police Youth Club, or PYC, will join me in exploring this topic. Speaking with students from Hartrust NT and also from Family and Parenting, and young people are saying when they come to these skills training programs, after they do the skill training program, they can't get any job, so it's like a waste of time.
Yes.
So it would seem that there are these programs that are available for young people to, get some skill, but then the job market is not there, for them.
Yes. Well, alright, so the 2 year coming, let's say we train 10 individuals from the Barrett Town community in electrical installation, right? After getting certificates, there's a 50-50 chance we will know what we need to do is to put these individuals in the working in the field of work. Let's call some hotels. You know what? We have 10 persons. We're gonna send 2 to Hilton, 2 to Iberia Star, and we're gonna post them in area. Give them some hands-on training because there's a difference when you go in the field. That's where they're gonna see the importance because now they're gonna be earning their own money. They're going to be able to get their groceries, pay their bill, pay their rent, this and that, and you understand?
And one of the great things, about the Family and Parenting Skills Training Program that was recently completed, one of the programs that COMET-II sponsored, they had a small business course, starting up a small business, and entrepreneurship is definitely one of those things that they were pushing in that course to encourage them to, if you don't get a job, see if you can start a business. And I'm aware that about 2 of the persons who participated have actually gone on to start their own business.
That is terrific.
The Ministry of Education recently announced that students will have to spend an additional 2 years in high school. This created a bit of controversy, but the minister recently explained that this extra 2 years will not be for everybody, but will be particularly for students who perhaps did not do any CXC subjects at the CXC level. So the extra 2 years will be focusing on skills training, and he said that some of the courses from Hartrust NT would probably be adapted in this extra 2 years.
Well, I'm grateful for it because youth in my community per se, there's a lot of youngsters on the street, and we have to put something that is attractive. Let's say we put a reading that attracts the youngsters because we still have youths out there who is not interested in school.
The thing I would ask though is why aren't youths, what is the alternative out there that is attracting youth that would not, that is drawing them away from education? Is there something else that is giving them a better alternative to school?
Well, it's not a better, well, alright, let's say, well, in some families where parenting fails, a youngster, 13-year-old probably, get kicked out of school and he or she doesn't get a chance to go back. The parent lay back and didn't, try to get him in a different school, right? So that youngster will now join with the gangster or the bad man in the community because they'll be getting what they want or what they need in their own words, which is their drink, rum, their weed, and
Yeah. And money too. Money is an issue.
Well, yes,
and especially here in Montego Bay with a lot of scamming. A lot of young people participate in that.
Well, you do have a lot of persons participate in it. And so the Ministry of Education need to put something that is attractive, that will grab the youngsters' attention, that will say, you know what, let me go try this. Because not everybody's going to read it and say, you know what, they're going to give you 2 years, because they go there for 2 years and they probably waste the time again. That's what they did in the past already.
That was Walsh Johnson, president of the Barrett Town PYC. Monique Lewis is an active member of the Barrett Town Police Youth Club. She now tells us about the recent desktop publishing workshop and a newsletter that they will be launching. Monique Lewis is from the Barrett Town Police Youth Club. Could you tell us about what you're doing?
So for each event that we have, we usually broadcast it or advertise it through social media via Instagram, Facebook, and when we're not doing that, we usually go out in the community and advertise it manually by inviting other persons to come to our events, such as our fun days and our summer camps, like the one that we did last year. So we use the social media as one aspect of it.
So how will that feed into your newsletter? You say you do photography. I heard that you guys do, your ads on social media and so on. So how you think the newsletter now will extend something like that?
The newsletter would extend the message further, because when some person can look to see what we have posted on the social media, they can read about it.
Great. And you guys plan to sell the newsletter, or is it going to be free at first? What are your plans for the newsletter?
Well, we haven't really decided what we are going to do at first, but I would think that we would have to give it out for free at first, and then maybe on the second publication we can sell it.
All right, so you mentioned some of the activities, like you say, you have events, sports days, and so on. What other stories do you see going into a newsletter that would come from Barrett Town?
Okay, so normally when we carry out our numerous projects, such as Labor Day projects, we can go ahead and publish that in it. Sometimes we also do in-house visit to the elderly folks there, so we can write that into it also, just to let people know that we are active and that we mean business. So yeah.
Right, I can really see that you guys mean business. So is it that you have like a set of writers, and you have your photographer, you have your person who do the postings on social media? How is it?
Well, we're small at the moment, but as you can see, we share a lot,
Right.
because we communicate with each other. So we have our photographer already, and we have a few younger folks in the club that loves to read, loves to write. I for one loves to read, and I'm good at writing, so
Great.
I would be taking part in the writing if I can. Also, there are some persons that can pick out aspects such as the important things that should happen in the community and that have happened in the community. So yes.
And how you feel about that? I mean, you think your community will look forward to and love something like that?
Well, I feel very proud of it, and I think that the community will be proud of it also. And they also want to see the club expand and prosper also for the community.
We just heard from Monique Lewis, a member of the Barrett Town PYC. Barrett Town Police has a great partnership with the young people in the community. We heard from two officers, Sergeant Olivette Mackenzie and Constable Farouk Reed, celebrating the work of the Police Youth Club in their community. So we're here at the Barrett Town Police Station, where the Police Youth Club meets, and we're here with Sergeant Mackenzie, and she's going to be talking with us about the activities of the young people here at the police station. Welcome.
Thank you.
Tell us about some of the activities and the partnership with the police in the community and the young people.
One of the things I must do first of all is to commend the young people in Barrett Town. These are a group of young persons who every Sunday, without any form of pressure, they are here and they conduct their affairs of the club. And so I want to commend them. That's first of all, I want to commend them on that. Having their meeting at the station it's a plus for us. Plus in the sense that they come through our doors, we greet them, we have conversation with them. So what it does, it enhances our relationship with the police and the young people. Because very often persons are out there and they have an impression of the police. But when they get to speak to us, they say, oh, so but we are only human like you. So this kind of a thing where they come to the station with us is something that we really appreciate. And what it does to all the other members that work here get engaged in the process, because they get to see them, they get to speak to them. They are doing a number of activities. Over the summer, they had a workshop, which was very, very good, right? And then I must commend USAID on that. There are a number of other activities that they are going into, like the photography, the videography, and all of that. And what we are trying to do now is to tap into that kind of a program with them to see or to ensure that it translate into, first of all, crime reduction. Crime reduction. Because there are a number of other young people that would want to come on board. But if this group of young people does well at it, it can spur the others to come on board. Knowing that this kind of activities leads to crime reduction, one, can also lead to employment because they're gaining a skill, right? And that skill set is not a skill set for Jamaica. It's a skill set because the world is open up to everybody now. So it's a skill set for employment wherever you go, right? Because we are in a global village. So hopefully that will trigger and we'll get more young persons on board. And I wish them all the best.
Thanks so
Thank
much,
you very much. Yes.
Sergeant Mackenzie. We also have Constable Reed. You spoke at the Dexter Publishing Workshop graduation. Could you tell us about how you've seen them move further from that training and going forward with it?
It is always good when you see numbers increase. So based off of what has happened at that workshop, you notice, or I would observe that more persons are turning out on Sundays. And because USAID has a follow-up, it motivates those who have gone on the course not to become dormant, which is excellent and key for not wasting knowledge in today's environment. So as long as it goes along that footstep, we can see a whole heap of progress. We can see community building. We can see young people motivating each other, which is the key right now because most of them are distracted endlessly right now. So, that's what I have to basically say. I'm a man of few words. Just get to the point.
Another aspect of COMET-II's interaction with Barrett Town is that there's going to be a community resource center, and the police are intricately worked into this process. Could you tell us about how you see that, community resource center feeding into the work of the police officers in Barrett Town?
Young people are out there every day in the community. They have a better idea what is affecting them. So if they can utilize that resource center to do their publishing, it would work good in informing us and letting us know how to approach them in the future. So I see that as a good thing.
We just heard from Sergeant Olivet Mackenzie and Constable Farouk Reed from the Barrett Town Police Station. That's our program for today. If you'd like to learn more about USAID COMET-II, call 633-7730 or follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/USAID COMET-II. And keep in mind, togetherness is what builds great communities. COMET-II Community Views is a USAID sponsored program.
Strengthen community and civil society, organizations to be active, managers and leaders in their community to increase citizens' participation, cooperation and accountability, locally and globally. Together we can make a difference, me and you and COMET-II. Community empowerment and transformation takes me and you and you. Together we have to make a difference, me and you and COMET-II. Community empowerment and transformation takes me and you and you. It's about action with COMET-II. Climate change adaptation with COMET-II. Environmental stewardship with COMET-II. Sustaining livelihood with COMET-II. Hey, together we can. Together we have to. Me, you, and COMET-II. Community empowerment and transformation project phase 2. Together we can. Together we have to. Me, you, and COMET-II. It's about action with COMET-II. Climate change adaptation with COMET-II. Environmental stewardship with COMET-II. Sustainable livelihood with COMET-II. Together we can make a difference, me and you and COMET-II. Community empowerment and transformation takes me and you and you. Together we can make a difference, me and you and COMET-II. Community empowerment and transformation takes me and you and you. Together we can make a difference, me and you and COMET-II. Community empowerment and transformation takes me and you and you. Together we have to make a difference, me and you and COMET-II. Community empowerment and transformation takes me and you and you. Together we can make a difference. Me, you, and COMET-II. Empowerment transforming the community. Community empowerment and transformation. COMET-II.